What's going on, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and today we are doing it's not an unboxing, it's kind of an overview. It's an overview of, actually, most of the footage is from like 2 years ago because I've been sitting on it for a while because I wasn't totally sure I was done yet, but I've decided I'm done, at least for now, long enough, and it's waited long enough, and I just need to get it out and get it done. It's an overview of the little adventure I took in building and putting together and how I went about doing this library, building these shelves, getting these shelves a little bit customized, and all my trips to Ikea for it. So let's get to it. What's up, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and I am doing what every book collector, comic collector loves to do, and that is driving to Ikea to buy bookshelves. And why is that? Why am I buying bookshelves? Because I'm out of space and my wife is tired of them being all over in my closet, and my one bookshelf downstairs is just not big enough. So we actually drove up yesterday. They only had half of what we needed, so I woke up at 3 a.m. and because they said they were getting stock in around midnight to 3, so I woke up at 3 a.m., ordered 4 more, the 4 tops to the 4 bottoms that we got, and I'm going to pick them up now. It's an hour drive, which kind of sucks, but here we go. And I will just do curbside pickup, which is really nice. I don't have to go through the store. And then we got to repaint the whole office where the bookshelves are going to be and do all that. So once I got to Ikea, I found out that they only had the base units available. So I picked those 4 base units up and of the Havsta units, and I have to then go back tomorrow to pick up the top units because they're not available today. Alright, so I'm at Ikea. It's a really cool system. When you order online, you can do, instead of shipping to you, which is normally like $100, which is crazy expensive, you can do an online pickup, or you can do a click and collect order pickup is what it's called. And so you arrive, which it's an hour drive for me, almost an hour drive for me. So I had to come back this morning. My wife and I came out on Saturday. Said they had it all in stock, but apparently they ran out of stock. They didn't have very many of the Havsta systems, which is what we're going to be using in our office. For the lower half is going to be all kid stuff, so it can be opened separately, and you can't see into it, which is nice, so it keeps it nice and clean. And then the top half, which is really about the top 2/3, we're going to have 4 units. I think they're 31.5-ish inches wide. And I think 4 or 5 shelves on each. We'll see how many books fit in those shelves. Those 4 units will be all for my collection, which is pretty amazing. My only worry is with these Havsta systems with the glass doors, and I want the glass doors so I can see the collection, is that the shelves are pine, which is great, like the Hemneys and Billies, but they have glass insets. So I might be making some just general supports for the middle of the shelves to give them a little extra support, little extra strength, because I don't want glass shattering on my books. That would suck. But it's going to look good. Hopefully do some lighting on there, some RGB lighting, which will be awesome. Generally keep it white, but can mix it up with some colors if I want, which would be really cool. And we're going to rearrange the whole office, paint, do all these things. So it's going to be a long haul. But yesterday we picked up some calyxes for my kids for their books in their rooms. They loved it. We put them together last night. 2x2 calyxes are way easier than the 2x4s or 4x4s, the 3x3s, anything bigger than 2x2. The 2x2s are so easy, and they have the Ikea, which is a little bit nicer. It's narrower borders on the outside, So those are really nice because they take up a little less space, but they hold about the same. I think they might be just like a 1/4 inch smaller than the Calyx shelves, the cubes, because the baskets we got for them kind of fit. They're pretty tough fit. Anyways, so now I signed up for this check-in line, and now I'm just waiting for them to bring out my stuff, and they text you and say thanks for checking in, and that's really it. So I'm pretty excited to get this. We got the back of the van all empty except for a couple mirrors I picked up off of Facebook sale. Only $5 for 4 mirrors. That's a pretty good deal. So there we go. All right, gonna pick these up, and then we'll take a look at these shelves when I get them put together and the room painted, and probably be doing a lot of time lapse. So it's gonna be a long video to film. It's gonna be a lot of time to put together. All right, take care. See you. Check back soon. All right, we got them loaded. 4 boxes on each side. It's gonna be a beast to put together because there's those 4 boxes, and then there are 8 boxes, and then 4 more at home for the base units. It's gonna be crazy, but I'm excited. It's gonna be awesome. So, all right, see you soon. We're painting the office. I was gonna say the studio. It's gonna be kind of a studio, so I'm gonna be doing a lot more filming in here. Here's the wall. There's me. I gotta get painting. All right, check back later. First coat. All right, we have picked up some dowels and 3 more gallons of paint so that we can finish painting the office / library. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but I'm excited. We've jumped into it way faster than I was expecting, so we'll see. I'm excited, but yeah, we'll get into some of the details on the deals I had to make with my wife for getting this library. But all in all, I'm very excited, and I hope you like how it's gonna turn out. I hope I do. We'll find out. It's time to start assembling. That's kind of creepy. My hands hurt because I don't know if you ever put doors together from Ikea with the hinges, but you got to push so hard with a screwdriver. You can't use a drill because you'll just strip out the screws. I just have bags and bags of stuff I still gotta put together, but it's gonna be awesome. All right, we're doing some modification to these shelves. You can see I did the first one already, and it fits in there super nice. I'm gonna be reinforcing these shelves too, since obviously the glass isn't ideal. So I'm gonna be putting an inset in here and tying it to each side. And then I'm actually gonna be putting runners probably all the way under, just a little square dowel for it to sit on, just to add some extra support. But I'm having to, these Havstas only come with one hole per shelf. So I'm having to, Havsta, I regret nothing with that pun. I have to move the pegs up to fit library editions. And then I'll have to also move the pegs up to fit omnibus editions. And obviously now that I move this up, this shelf is really thin. So I'll have to move this shelf up and then this shelf all the way up too. But I made a little hole drilling jig. You can see the different heights. I actually have 13 inches, 12 inches, and 11 inches is what it works out to be for my book heights. And then I have it flipped so I can do one side on the back or on the front, flip it and do the back. This cutout is for the hinges, to go around the hinges down there. And then I actually just flip it this way on this side to do the hinges on that side. So that is how I engineered this part of the mods. Yeah. All right, so that was basically it in how I did my whole shelf system, my library, whatever you want to call it. It's 4 wide Ikea Havsta bookshelves. I did the glass bookcase doors. You can do no doors, or you can do full-on like not glass doors, and those ones come with full pine shelves. You saw with the glass doors, it comes with the glass inlay. And when I first started doing this, I was really worried about it. I used to have the Ikea Hemnes shelves, and those ones were all solid pine, same wood as this, and they held up beautifully and did so well. But I only had one of them, and well, we had 2 of them. I had one for my bookcase and one for all other storage. Would have loved to have done 4 of those, but we needed it closed off on the bottom because that's a little bit of media stuff over there, computer stuff, and then the other 3 are for my kids' toys. So we got them nice and organized under there with puzzles and dress up stuff and all the crazy stuff that kids want. So those are all nicely organized and put away and hidden under there, and they can go in and out of there freely. And then my books are protected, and you can see them, but they're not, you know, they don't get any dust on them with the glass doors, and you can still see them, which is super cool. But anyways, yeah, so glass doors, I really wanted that. I didn't want it open because we have kids, and because of that we have a lot of kids come over, so I wanted to have that little bit of protection because I hate dusting, absolutely hate it. So this keeps the dust off and gives a little bit of a classier feel, to me at least. That's how I feel, having the glass doors on there. So maybe one day when the kids get older, I can move into these bottom shelves. Shh, don't tell the wife. She knows I plan on that, but we're, you know, going back and forth on that. But yeah, so that was basically it. The only real customizing I thought I had that I really had to do was to drill new holes for the shelves, and you saw that jig that I made to drill holes for the different levels, which they're all only about 1 inch apart, which is cool. So it made it pretty easy with that one jig to do that. I thought I was gonna have to do I bought a bunch of square dowels that I was gonna like glue and screw into the sides of each to help support under the shelves, but those pegs have been holding super nice. There's like mild shelf sag over on my DC shelves over here with just all Omnis on those 2 shelves, but you know what, I packed them pretty tightly in there, and those things haven't moved at all for the past 1.5 years, however long I've had these shelves. Been keeping an eye on them. If I do need to change anything up, I might put some brackets in or something. We'll see, but I'm keeping an eye on them. Until then, they've been holding up super well. These pine shelves, even with that glass in there, has been super cool. And actually what's kind of nice is the books slide in and out super easily on that glass, which I kind of love. But you know, I'm still keeping an eye on it over time, but overall it's been great. Been loving them. I wish I could do more. There's still more wall space. We'll see what happens. But I did talk about the deal with what the deal was with getting these shelves moving out of, I had like 2 3x3 Ikea shelves and a 2x2 Ikea shelf in my closet, and then I had my one Hemnes that was full floor to ceiling. So with that, I moved most of it out of my closet. Now it's kind of filled back up. I got to do a big sale, which I've been doing a bunch of stacks of books for what I'm selling, and some stuff coming in and some stuff needs to go out. So it's kind of that in and out transit area is what that closet, that one 3x3 that I kept up there. So that's kind of a in-out section. And then everything else has to fit up here. I have snuck a few books down into the corner over there. My wife knows, and she's not super excited about it. But yeah, so basically now I have all my collection here, which is super cool. I'm very thankful that, because this is mostly my wife's office. And so when she has her Zoom meetings, they're in the back, and some of the nerds that she works with have liked them, apparently. So, point pride. Anyways, but that's it. IKEA Hemnes are amazing shelves. I was sad to see those go, but I've really dug these Havstas and kind of the nice little shelf on the front here. I might put a shelf that stretches all the way across, maybe some like cool dark butcher block to kind of give it a little contrast and have a little shelf section there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Love these shelves. Love how this has turned out. It's always going to be a work in progress. I talked about doing some RGB lighting inside. I'm kind of hemming and hawing on it. We'll see what happens. I've just been using some general RGB lights, just off and lighting it however I want to light it. And that's been working out well for me. And we'll see. Maybe I'll do some string lights in there or something like that. But as of now, super happy with them, super happy with how it's been looking. If you want a closer look at all the books in here, I have a whole library tour that I try and do once a year. I just released one about maybe a month ago for my 2023 shelf tour, library tour, whatever you want to call it. And I go through all this. I go through all the books up in my closet, my little kind of closet shame piles and all that kind of stuff, and then also walk through my office at work, my home away from home, whatever you want to call it. So make sure to check out that if you're really interested in seeing all the books and how my whole setup is actually done outside of the actual bones of this. I do want to mention, since I live in the Pacific Northwest, we are earthquake prone, lived through a bunch of earthquakes already since 2000. We had a really big one in 2001, I think it was, and that was pretty crazy. So all my shelves are earthquake strapped, so into studs and really good sized screws, as big as I could really get with them, because I don't want this thing going anywhere and falling over, especially with kids in here, because there's a playroom, office, library, it's everything, so it's a big combination. So safety first, obviously. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't be afraid to ask questions, happy to help. But that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, do all those things. But of course, the most important thing to do with that YouTube algorithm besides subbing is to comment. Love talking with you all anyways. Not only does it help the channel, yeah, with the algorithm and all that, but I love talking with you all. What are your favorite shelves? I mean, I wish I could build my own shelves. I might have the skills and tools, but it would take me a lot of time and honestly probably pretty comparable in price with how much wood I'd end up going through and wasting because I'm not great at it yet. But love to do that. What kind of shelves are you looking at? Are you a Calyx person? Are you an Ikea Billy? Are you a Better Homes and Garden, Target, Walmart shelves? What do you do? What's your setup going like? What's your dream setup? Because everyone likes something different. They like different, like darker cabinets. They like wood tones. They like white, whatever. Let me know in the comments. Love talking with y'all. All right, that's it. Take care. Stay cool.